Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, you're tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch, and you're tuned in to another episode of my Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And without much further ado, we're gonna just jump right into it. Picking up from where we left off off camera, I have been doing a little work off camera. What I'm doing now is I'm wrapping up fertilizing my grass fields. I just fertilized grass field number 3, and we're going down to the bottom of the map now to our secondary farm to fertilize our remaining grass fields to prepare them for the next harvest cycle. And also while I'm there, we'll take a look at our lime levels, our pH levels of our fields to see where they're at and if the fields may need any lime. I'm still not 1,000% on how our precision farming works because I'm getting mixed results on some things, so I'm still a little bit not 1,000% on how everything works with precision farming, but I'm trying to get it figured out. So there's that, because when you look at the fields and you go over to the precision farming tab and we're looking at my environmental scores for the fields, I'm still seeing scores that are kind of inconsistent with what I've been doing. I've been doing the same process across each of these fields, but I got different numbers on different parts of the field, you know, and on this end, these are numbers are very confusing because here we got a 79 score, 79 and 72, and on this other field 70, 72, 72, and I'm doing the same thing in each of these fields. So this is to be honest, I don't really understand why and what's happening there. Let's see. And I just wanted to come down here real quick and see if putting any fertilizer down. Okay, what is all that? Putting fertilizer down won't have any effect on the field. I don't know what's up with those weird numbers we're seeing down at the bottom of the screen right now. Alright, so something's bugging out here with this game save, and I hope this is not an issue where we have a bug that I'm not going to be able to fix because it's now part of the save game. But doesn't look like putting fertilizer down right now in this field is having any effect. And again, I don't know if we're looking at here when I'm in the fertilizer spreader, what those numbers down there don't make any sense. That's clearly some kind of glitching going on there, and that is of great concern. So we're off to a banging on a very great good start right from the beginning tonight. Yep. All right. Dropping fertilizer is clearly not having an impact on the field. But it says nitrogen bad when I'm standing on the field. So again, none of this makes any sense whatsoever. In fact, we're showing nitrogen bad 0 on this field But when we look at it from precision farming perspective and go over to nitrogen, it's also showing red. But when I come in here with the fertilizer spreader, and now my fertilizer is invisible as well. So I don't know what's happening here, guys. I don't know what to make of any of this right now. Those numbers don't even make any sense. That's clearly a bug. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump out of the game and come back in and see if that has any impact here. We're not gonna save, we're gonna quit. Cause I don't know what's happening there. In fact, we're back all the way out of the game. Cause that's not a good look, right? Alright, so let's come out and try to hop back in and see if we can kind of clear up whatever's happening there. I just hope it's not something that's where my save game has got corrupted or something like that. But getting back to something that we talked about on previous episodes, that may be a strong sign that it's time to wrap up the series and on this map and move on to a different map and a different series and just start new, going in a different direction, because stuff like that does not make for a happy game. But we're gonna try to come back in and see if we're seeing different conditions once the game loads. But that's definitely not a good look there. Because when we're attached to the fertilizer spreader, we should be seeing the description of what's in the spreader, as well as the numbers showing the amount of material in the spreader. And we were just looking at a bunch of random gibberish numbers, so that's not a good thing at all. Alright, so we're back in the game, and we're gonna hop back into our tractor with the fertilizer spreader attached. Alright, there we go. Now that's more like it. Now we're seeing 12,500 liters of fertilizer. I don't know what was happening earlier. And now we're going to drive back down to those grass fields and see if we're still producing the same result. And hopefully we can get off to a much better start. Alright, so here we are. We're at our grass fields, and again we're on the combined grass fields of 35, 36, and 39. And Yep, we're back to seeing the numbers again. So issue is not resolved. And it's only happening on these fields. Okay. Okay, and I don't know what to do with that. I honestly do not know what to do with that. So is my game broken? I'm not entirely sure. But this is what I'm getting from precision farming. My nitrogen levels are showing in the red, but it's not letting me put anything down. So I don't know what to do with that. All right, let's. Hopefully, the next version of the game will have less bugs, because this is clearly a bug of some sort. And I don't know what I need to do to work through it, but definitely not making me a happy camper right now. Let's see, what do we have next here? Well, given the circumstance, I'm just going to hop over to the main farm. We're going to move on to the next day and see what happens. I'm out of ideas at the moment. Let me check one more thing here. What's happening with our sugarcane? Sugarcane's happy at least. Well, oh yeah, let me. See, stuff like this just throws me off from what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. That. I don't think that would make. Nope. It's because you still. When I'm attached to the trailer, I'm still seeing these crazy gibberish numbers, and I wasn't when we were at the main farm, but now I am when I'm down here. I don't understand that. Is it an issue with the mod? It can't be though, but at least if it is, it doesn't make any sense because we weren't seeing that when we were at the other section of the map. So why would changing the section where we're at on the map have an impact on what's happening with the mod? I don't get it. Alright. This is bumming me out right now. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work because I really don't know what's happening right now. Let's try jumping to the next day. Didn't think it was going to change anything, but was still worth a shot. I've been playing the game long enough to know when you run across a bug, it's usually fairly consistent. And this, my friends, is a bug. So, as far as what's happening now, I got nothing on it. So we'll just leave the grass fields alone, at least on this end. No fertilizing on that's happening there because I don't know what this is. Never seen this happen before. Don't know what to make of it. So we're gonna take this equipment back to main farm. In theory, unload the fertilizer trailers and just keep it moving. In fact, I really don't know what I'm doing now. My brain, this right here is throwing my whole thought process off. All right, drop that trailer. You gonna get a load or unload option? Nothing. Just numbers. Just weird numbers. There's clearly something in the trailer or the numbers wouldn't appear. Alright. Alright, still seeing weird ass numbers. Pardon my French. But this is getting me here. Alright. Next step in the process. Since we're now in troubleshooting mode, let's kick them out. Yeah, this is getting me fired up a little bit now. This makes no sense. I don't understand what's happening. My idea is let me reset the pieces of these machines to the shop and see if that has an impact. But otherwise, I'm at a loss for words right now. Well, I'll see you at the shop. Which, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do a jump cut because this is live. But I'm not going to waste a ton of time on this, whatever this is that's happening right now. If this doesn't fix it, we'll just keep it moving and try to work around whatever's happening here. Hopefully my save is not ruined off of some little random bug here that I have no way of anticipating what's going to happen. But but if this save is now corrupted, the bug that of course will rapidly accelerate us moving on to another series on another map. But if you've been with me throughout this series long enough, you know there was one other issue we were having with the TMR, the self-propelled TMR mixers in this series as well. So, and that's not discounting some of the other minor bugs that we've ran across in this series as well that are in the game. And like I've said before, while I do love this game, it is probably one of my most favorite games that I do play, and probably arguably right up there, probably the most favorite game of all time. It still does have few issues, and those issues do come across from time to time with some major bugs that have been around. First, some issues with the game that have been around for some time. Of course, it's understandable when you're playing a game that has or allows the use of external mods. You can run across some things that exhibit unexpected behavior, but this seems like it might be a bit more than that, but we'll see. Alright, so I reset the trailer and we're not seeing gibberish for the capacity right now, but we don't have anything loaded in the trailer either, so don't know if that means anything or not. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's buy a few pallets of fertilizer and load them up and see if we still get those random numbers. And it just occurred to me now while I'm thinking about it. There was a mod that was released recently that I have installed that might have been what's causing those effects. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, because this is my first time playing the game since I installed those mods. I didn't get a chance to play the game much after I installed those mods from one of the more recent mod release days on the Farming Simulator website. So I wonder, that's the only other thing. Let's do 4, because that's the only other thing that's changed. It just hit me while I'm sitting here thinking about it now. Alright, I bet that's got to be what it is, because that's the only other thing that's changed between the last time I fired up this game and the last episode of the series. So that's something I have to take some time and look into off camera. But we're live tonight, so we're rolling, and we're gonna have to make our way through it and work through whatever's going on right now. So we're gonna try to get some fertilizer loaded up here and take another shot at seeing if we can figure out. Alright, let's get here. What's going on with the nitrogen levels on these fields and precision farming, because like I say, I haven't quite figured out the perfect technique for working my fields for precision farming. I can't ever seem to get the formula figured out exactly on what I need to do to get perfect numbers for all of my fields. I follow all the steps as indicated in the literature as to what we should be doing with my fields when we're using precision farming, but still nothing that is happening seems to be still consistent, even though I've been consistent in what I'm doing between harvest. So I don't understand what the situation is with precision farming. It's got me tempted to turn it off and not even run it, because I don't think it does add something to the game, but I don't know if it's worth. I forgot to turn the lease vehicles in too, because I was thinking about that other situation. But I don't know if it per se adds enough to the game to be worth the hassle of trying to get it figured out. It should be, if you're running precision farming, you do A, B, and C instead of D and sometimes E, but not F. Just unnecessary complications of things when in real life you have a set process, and that's the process you do each and every time between harvests. And then you have variable results based on what's happening with nature. And that's how it would go in real life. This right here is not, the variables that we get here are not due to nature. Doesn't look like this fertilizes, and we're back to having the random numbers. So, okay. So that means there's an issue with that mod. Okay. Because I didn't start seeing this issue until after this mod was installed. And that's the only logical conclusion that I can come to. So, we're going to reboot one more time. But let me check one more thing here. Yeah, because let's go, mods and DLCs. Where is it? C? And this is the mod. Is it the liftable bills pack? No, something's throwing all this stuff off. Liftable pallets and big bags. I think this mod is throwing them all off. I think this is the mod that's throwing everything off right now. So what I'm gonna do, just to test this theory, is we're not gonna save. We're gonna come back out one more time. We're gonna go to our downloadable content. No, actually, we can do it this way without even having to install the mod. We'll just go and we'll select everything, but we'll manually deselect that mod. Find it. I gotta manually go through the list though to find it. That's the only issue here. They need to come up with I hope for 25 too that we have a better or more streamlined process for doing this and loading in mods. Alright, I think it was liftable field types. Let's see. We'll deselect that. Start. I think the liftable field types mod is doing something with the equipment that I have installed on this save game. There's clearly something. Some of these mods are not playing nicely with each other. And that's why we're seeing those weird effects right now. That's still notwithstanding whatever is going on with precision farming, because I think those are two separate issues. But we shall see. We're loading back into the game. Alright. Alright, there it is, but that's how we started out before. And we'll drive back down there to our grass fields again. Let's see if these numbers go haywire once we get there. Because right now I really don't even know what to make of this. I know it's very frustrating. But when you have stuff like this, you can oftentimes trace it back to some kind of mod conflict. So I do have to kind of take back some of what I was saying earlier, although the game still does have some bugs in it. Different mods can introduce other bugs. Yep, that's it. Yeah, so that mod breaks precision farming, at least on this platform. Okay. So this is what we should have been doing from the start tonight, but unfortunately due to a mod conflict or some other kind of issue, we had to restart 3 times before we can get to the point where we're actually doing what we should have been doing throughout this episode. And we wasted about 30 minutes of tonight's episode troubleshooting a bug, troubleshooting mod conflicts. But again, if you're a long time farming simulator player, sometimes those are the things you have to kind of work your way through. Try to be as positive as I can be about things sometimes, but other times just not always here for the frustrations. But most of the time I still do end up working my way through whatever challenge I'm facing and work it out. It's just that sometimes you might not hear the most pleasant conversation as I'm talking out loud and working my way through whatever issue I have in hand, but it sounds worse than what it really is. And that's about it, because I might not always sound like I'm having fun, but I still am. It's just my process. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes my process doesn't sound clean, but it is clean. But anyway, thanks to the setup that we have, we should knock this fertilizing, spreading out rather quickly. For the fertilizer spreading we did on the other grass fields, we used the uh, liquid fertilizer spreader. Um, but doing it this way, in theory, is a little bit faster because I'm able to drive this fertilizer spreader at a rate of 12 miles an hour, while when we're using the liquid fertilizer spreader, we're only able to drive about 6 to 8 miles an hour. So theoretically, and plus we got a much wider spread range with the solid fertilizer. But the drawback is that it costs us more. Even though precision farming does save us money overall, it is more costly to use solid fertilizers versus liquid fertilizer. And once we finish this field off, we'll take a look at the numbers and see what we're actually doing. But other than that, I'm not going to sweat it too much. We've been through enough already tonight, so to speak. So let me turn off, activate automatic real quick, turn it back on, just so I can cover that spot that I missed. Alright, so now here we go. Cut through here and hopefully cover most, if not all, of this area. And deactivate briefly so we can kind of touch up some areas that we missed here. Then turn auto. Oops. Hate it when I press the wrong button. And turn automatic application rate back on so that we can actually save material. And we have automatic application rate on. The game will automatically adjust your fertilizer usage based on basically the composition of the field. It will distribute fertilizer as necessary depending on the soil type. And the soil type may vary depending on what section of the field you're on. Remember, when we go back to precision farming screen here, you can see your different soil types with your key over here in your upper right hand corner of the screen. And each of these different soil types require different levels of fertilization. And you can see our combined fields really touch across all of the different soil types. You see we have loamy sand, sandy loam, loams, silty and stilty clay all on one field here. We touch everything here. I just thought about something though. All right. That shows the soil types, but where's the screen that shows our soil samples? Nitrogen, pH. Now how do we get out of that menu here? Back. That takes us all the way back out of the screen. Seed rate standard. Oh, so we right click on the right stick to get out of there. Alright, so back, let's talk back in our tractor. And we'll go ahead and put fertilizer down on both of these grass fields, excuse me. Let me check. When we walk over to the field and check out our field info, now it says our nitrogen level is perfect, pH value is good. So take from that what you will. So here we got pH good, nitrogen bad, so let's unbad the nitrogen level. And pH, and it's, when you look at this screen, it's still showing nitrogen levels all in the red. That's just baffling to me. And we don't see much change as we're, at least from that menu, as we're adding nitrogen to the field real time. Alright, let's get this turn in. Alright, we're kind of off from the edge, so we need to make sure we get the edge of the field as well. So we're going to circle back a little bit because we did miss some spots here. But since we have the automatic application rate, the fertilizer spreader will adjust the application rate accordingly. Alright, and we're going to apply fertilizer first. As always, we'll do a headland, which is basically painting the outer edges of the field and then working our way inward. So we'll first do the headland around the entire field, and then we'll work the inner sections of the field once we finish that process. And I'm still just not entirely sure why with these grass fields we can never get these nitrogen levels to consistently stay in the green. I think what I'm really going to need to do here is do a ton of testing and experimentation off map to try to figure out how the best utilize my equipment and what techniques work best for when you're farming with precision farming turned on, because none of my fields are consistent with what results are being produced while I have precision farming turned on. right. It seems we're making good progress here on this field. Just need to make sure we don't miss any spots, and we'll take a peek at the on-field heads-up display once we finish fertilizing the field. But I already have a strong idea of what it's going to show me. It's going to show me that the nitrogen levels are perfect, while the pH levels are something else. Alright, so we are making pretty fast track progress on this field. Probably looking at maybe, say, 4 passes. Let's see how off I am on my hypothesis. Although, maybe a little more tricky than that, because the field's not exactly even right now. Alright, looking like our fertilizer levels are getting low, and now I do have to throw the question out there, will we run out of fertilizer before we finish dusting this field with fertilizer? We're at 67% of our field level right now. But we're still going with this fertilizer stuff. Again, this is totally an optional process. I did want to add something to the process so that we can get a somewhat better yield from these grass fields, but we could just technically just leave them alone, let the grass grow and regrow and do what it does, and just harvest it anyways and still make a profit off of it. Alright, just missing spots all over the place right now. Okay, that looks well, but we still clearly have areas that we're missing around this field. First objective is to get it all that cleaned up. Almost got it, guys. Getting very close to having this field for fully fertilized. Alright, we got a little area that we missed right here. Let's see if we can knock that out. And then looks like I see a big spot up ahead and a couple of smaller spots. See if we can get those taken care of. And then we'll be on our way. Alright, we're going to turn the spreader off. There, I still see a couple areas that we missed. And we'll get those knocked out. And hopefully that'll be this field completed. And we can move on to another task, because I know this is probably getting boring. Alright, here we go. Alright. And just gonna double check the field to wrap it up. And I think that'll be it. There's the spot. Gotcha. There we go. Alright, looks like we got both of the grass fields fertilized, and we'll just do a manual check of the numbers here. In fact, there's a area missed there. Boop. Now we'll circle back and check our numbers, and if we look on the precision farming screen, it's still showing in the red for the nitrogen levels, in the green for the pH, even so oversaturation in some areas, and that's the dark blue and light blue areas that you see in there. Look, I'm going to go by what the screen shows for precision farming. On the field, we're saying pH good, nitrogen perfect. And that should be about the same on both sides. pH good, nitrogen perfect. And that's our goal. And again, as I was saying earlier, I don't think we have to do that. What I'm doing with the fertilizer, we could just skip that and just let the grass just keep regrowing, and we're going to repurpose it anyways. It's just that by doing these extra steps, you can get a small increase to your yield. Oops, didn't crash. Was working on it though. Okay, where am I? Okay. Where? What? Getting my directions mixed up here. Alright, I think I did that backwards. It's and I dropped the trailer, the spreader, and then just load fertilizer onto the trailer here. Alright, one more to go. That should be all of them. Now when we come back over the silo, we should be able to get the option to unload. There we go. And from here we can put our equipment away because we won't need it elsewhere, I don't believe. Alright, just looking at the fuel levels on my tractor. Like I said, we're getting a little low on gas, so we're going to fill it up. Right. And we'll run a little maintenance on the tractor. Not that it needs much. Alright, we're gonna check our vehicle maintenance this time. Still saying, why is it not seeing the tractor? It's weird. There we go, repair. Repair. That took way more time than it should have. Alright. I think that's all we got for today as far as our field work goes. Oh no, we do need to check there what we need to do next for wheat and oat fields here. Let's go. Also, excuse me, take a look at those fields real quick. All right, so we're ready to move on to the next day, I believe. Oh, wait a minute. Right after we harvest, we mulch, don't we? I think of what the pattern cycle is. Let's check it out. I gotta make sure it's set to the right configuration first. Alright, we want to go to customize, and now we want to do grass rolling, mulching roller, mulching. Oops. Customize. Yep. Okay. Now we attach. Now let's go back to the field. Alright, so now we should get something going here. Double check. This is the field states before and after. Alrighty, well, we're coming up on the end of tonight's episode. I will finish up this mulching off camera, and we're going to mulch both the wheat field and the oat field. In fact, we're kind of running into overtime right now, aren't we? And this concludes tonight's episode. You've been tuned into another episode of Bose31 Gaming live on Twitch. Wherever you're running across my content, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or so on and so forth, I'm Bose831 on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Wherever you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, or let me know what you don't. By the way, let me know. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your support. And have a great evening, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night.